Hello everyone and welcome to the scenario game called Value Proposition. I'd like to do a presentation today to explain and introduce the students to the scenario game Value Proposition. So this is student instruction and we are focusing on the introduction. The game is designed by a company called LearnReal. In this presentation, I'd like to cover some information about the LearnReal company, so you are familiar with it, about the scenario game Value Proposition, so key facts, what make this game unique, the rationale for the game, why would this game even be designed, the aim of the game, the ultimate goal, learning outcomes from student perspective, what you are going to learn. The marking will be explained in quite a detailed manner so you understand and you are fully aware as to how the marks are derived. What is your role in the game, what exactly you need to accomplish, scenario, what the game is about, and finally, student feedback. How will you receive feedback so you can learn it for the future? About the LearnReal. So LearnReal is the company that designed the simulation game. And you can see on the slide mission and vision. So let's move on to this one. About the scenario game Value Proposition. So the product type is called a scenario game. Initially, we used the name simulation game, but we think it's more correct to call it a scenario game because it's somewhere kind of in between case studies and simulation games. So it's like really advanced and extended case study, but not really a typical simulation game. The product name is Value Proposition. The level is intermediate. It's more than a basic, definitely more, but less than probably the most advanced game in the world. So this is intermediate, and you will get to understand very soon why this is more challenging than a basic game. Industry is FMCG, and you will be focusing on soft drinks. The game type, game is played online, so all the information is available online, and at the end of each of the rounds you will have to fill in a template and then upload it online. Participants are undergraduate, postgraduate and MBA students. But if these are undergraduate students, they should be like quite strong students in a way. They should be quite advanced with marketing courses. So the ideal students would have studied principles of marketing or marketing management courses, and they would have covered topics like customer needs, wants, product features, product benefits, pricing, value-based pricing, competition, including direct and indirect competition, positioning maps, in particular radar charts, and value proposition, which is like the ultimate goal of the game. Other students studying branding or similar courses are clearly ideal participants for the game too. The product was first launched in February 2017, and the product was first launched on a branding module. After that, it was tested in Thailand and in Latvia as well. So there were more than 200 students in total who played the game, and there were more than 50 teams in total. So that was quite a big trial, and the feedback was highly positive. We decided to continue using this game. Now, a little bit about the authorship. So the game was designed by myself, and so I initiated and organized the whole thing about the game, and I did it in collaboration with industry professionals. So someone from BT, some former employees from Deloitte, NHP, and also other practitioners in marketing director roles and similar. So the game really combines practical and academical experience. Having taught marketing and management through around 8 years at university, I really wanted to make something very practical, something that will be helpfully very beneficial to students in stepping into the real world of marketing or branding manager. So hopefully you will feel similar after you played the game. The game is different from the other simulation games available in the market, and mainly these are different in 3 different ways. The first thing is that it is the only game that operates by providing students with an opportunity to give their answers in text rather than simply entering numbers. So with most of the games, what happens is, and nearly all simulation games are based on the same principle, you simply input numbers or you choose something from a drop-down list. And you are not really able to enter text. And even if you do enter text, this is not marked. So this game is different in a way because you will have to enter text. There is only very little words you need to write, but it's very difficult because you don't have any drop-down lists, you kind of don't have a clue, and you have to really do a lot of thinking. So it encourages analytical and critical approach. With most other games where students need to input numbers, and in particular if they play 5, 8, 10, 12 rounds and more, there is just simply comes to a point sometimes when students want to beat an algorithm and see how it works. So with this game, you won't be able to beat an algorithm because it's not an easy to work out how this works. So you are better off engaging kind of real thinking and provide answers based on more rounded decisions. Second, the simulation game allows for more comprehensive overall feedback for students on their performance. And we know that students learn best when they receive a good feedback. This is very, very important part of learning in general. It's not about simply playing the game and forgetting about it, but it's about what you take away at the end of the day. So this is enabled through the following means: marking each individual team performance manually. So there, all your answers will be marked manually and not by a computer. Providing comprehensive feedback after each round. So your tutors will provide you with feedback after each of the rounds. So make sure you listen carefully and take the learnings away with you. Also, feedback might be provided in different ways. And giving an opportunity to challenge the result if needed. So this is a new feature introduced, and you guys will be the first ones to do that should you wish to challenge your result. And I will talk about this a little bit later. Now, third, the game offers a better link to theories studied in class, in particular principles of marketing management classes, because the content of the game covers as a minimum 60% of the syllabus you have studied in principles of marketing or marketing management module. So there will be things like pricing, competitors, product features, benefits, and so forth. While most other games, they would typically not cover more than around 1/3 of the syllabus because the focus might be slightly different. And also there are quite a few games where marketing comes as a part of management decision making, where you kind of manage the whole organization. So in that case, you only just glance at marketing. Whereas this game, you are really immersed in marketing and branding decisions. There are also other subtle but significant differences. For example, a lot of the games assume that basically they give you predefined list of competitors. You're competing with company A, B, C, and so forth. In this game, you have many different players or potential competitors in the market, and you have to choose who you are competing with. So it's not as easy. The game don't tell you who your competitors are. You have to decide based on some principles that you have studied who you are competing with. The other moment of truth is that in a lot of the games, your customers' needs, wants, desires are kind of predefined. So for example, customers who buy this laptop rely mainly on pricing, quality, features, recommendations, and so forth. Here, you don't have information presented in such an easy way where customers are kind of very clear about what they want. No, you will have to understand and find out yourself what your customers' needs are, what their wants are. The other interesting and very unique feature about this game is that it introduces you to unarticulated features and benefits. So basically, it's not everything that we customers want that we know. We don't know about some other things. And the things that we don't know about, they are called unarticulated needs, wants, benefits. So you will have to find those as well. So that's what makes this game slightly different, or fundamentally, I should say, different from other games available in the market. Now, in terms of the rationale, research shows that 7 out of 10 new products and services fail to meet customer expectations. When researchers tried to drill deeper and understand the reasons, there was a surprisingly simple reason: misalignment between what customers value, what really the value represents to customers, and how companies present their offerings. So just listen to this. It's not about how they make products, but how they present their products. So research suggests that companies might be better off finding the fit between value they intend to create and expectations customers have. Let me explain this in more detail. So value proposition by Ted Levitt, considered a founder of modern marketing from Harvard Business School, and what he said, he argued strongly and passionately that companies should not define themselves by products they sell, because everyone can sell good products, services, but rather reorient themselves to their customer perspective by defining themselves through the value that they produce in customers' lives. So this is all, at the end of the day, this is all about producing the value, giving the benefits to customers. And that's what it's called, value proposition. Total promise a company or a brand gives to a customer. And to make it absolutely clear, as he said, people don't want quarter-inch drills. They want quarter-inch holes. So at the end of the day, it's not about the product, but about solving particular problem to customers. They don't need drills. They need to do holes. If there are better means to make holes without using drills, customers may as well choose them. The aim of the game, from university's perspective, is to improve students' employability skills by exposing you to real-world scenarios in marketing and branding. From students' perspective, you will learn to design effective radar charts, to position your product and company, and make pricing decisions and develop compelling value proposition. Students will learn by thinking, and there is a lot of thinking involved, and also by doing. There is a list of learning outcomes. On the left-hand side, you can see learning outcomes kind of more rigor from marketing perspective, such as identify customer needs, wants, behaviors, identify unarticulated customer needs, establish the basis for competition, try and understand where is direct competition, where is indirect, differentiate between product features and benefits, design effective radar chart, develop compelling value proposition, which is very important learning point in marketing, make solid pricing decisions, be able to spot opportunities in the market. And you will see from the game how is that possible. On the right hand side, there are other transferable learning skills which are very important for like any job you do, and in particular in marketing and branding. So be challenged and respond positively to a challenge. Work effectively in teams, not groups, but teams, where you all have responsibility to design a sound, to actually design a sound value proposition. Evaluate and synthesize information sources. There will be a lot of information sources, relevant and irrelevant, and your aim is to really evaluate them, prioritize information. Complete work under time constraints, which is usual practice in business. Develop effective decision-making skills. Make decisions quick and be accurate. Develop communication and articulation skills, and I cannot emphasize the importance of this. Develop analytical and critical skills, which are really important skills to have in marketing and branding.